a religious ceremony. You're walking into an ibadah. You're walking into a worship of Allah. Prophet ﷺ says, "An-nikahu min sunnati, faman ragama an sunnati falaysa minni." That nikah is of mine, and whoever leaves nikah is not of me. And a lot of the youth, I've noticed, they've become a little bit scared of coming together under the umbrella of nikah. Oh, I have to prepare this and I have to prepare that. No, you don't. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself to, if you're a man, to be a good husband. After everything that's said and done. In the long run, it's you and it's her. Or for the sisters, it's you and it's him. Prepare yourself to be that loving wife. Prepare yourself to be that loving husband. Prepare yourself, because Allah says, and He says, وَجَعَلْنَا بَيْنَكُمْ مُعَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. Now, many scholars said that, Allah could have just said mu'addatan and muhabbat, or how we have it in Farsi or Urdu or Hindi. Muhabbat derives from mu'adda, which is in Arabic. That He could have just stopped there and said muhabbat. But He said muhabbat and rahmat, because sometimes muhabbat gets tested. Love gets tested. It got tested during the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When Sayyidina Aisha, every time when she would swear, she would say, "I swear by the Lord of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam." One day, she was a little bit upset. And when they were speaking, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "I swear by the Lord of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam." And the Rasulullah looked and said, "Aisha, you're mad at me." I said, "How do you know that? I didn't say that." She said, "Because every time when you swear, you say, 'I swear on the Rabb of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam.' And today you said, 'I swear to the Rabb of Ibrahim,' and you're upset at me." These are the real level, these are stuff that had to happen in the lives of Prophet, because then you couldn't have argued to say, well, many people say, well, why wasn't an angel sent? Because you could argue and say, this is unjust. I'm not an angel. I'm a human being. I'm a man. I'm a woman. I'm made of a different nature. You could have said this. To have said that, how can I do what an angel does? Allah sent us prophets from amongst us. They allow those prophets to have similar life experiences. Maybe not the same, but similar. So we could actually understand this. So we could attribute it to our own lives. These were the reasons that this happened. One time Rasulullah ﷺ, because there was, of course, jealousy amongst the wives as well. There was jealousy amongst the wives, as there's jealousy in many things. And these are natures of human beings. These are the wives of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And at one time, he stayed about 1 month away from his wives, for 1 month. So he wanted to let his wife know that, this is not just a worldly thing, that, this is outside of this, that the level of compassion and love is beyond that. He comes back after 29 days. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Bibi Aisha looks, she's longed for him, but still she's his wife. She looks at him and says, well, you said you were going for a month. It's only been 29 days. SubhanAllah. And he said, and replied that a month could be 29, 28, or what have you. They had regular problems. They had problems that we have today. So when you have these problems, know that your Prophet, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, had the same. But how did he resort to it? How did he react to it? And how did he respond to it? With love, with compassion, with mercy. That I've embedded with you love and compassion. Love can be for the person's youthfulness, maybe the person's status, or what, the wife's beauty, or what have you. But as time passes, that can go away. And then ulama says that's when the rahmah comes. That's where compassion comes. That's where knowing that you entered this relationship not just because of certain needs, but you entered it as an ibadah. That even looking at your wife, this is in Sahih, with love and compassion is an ibadah. Allah rewards you for looking at your wives with love. This is an ibadah. Wallahi, it's not just a partnership. You are involved in a worship every time you are amongst your families. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would play with Sayyidina Bibi Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha. Playing with your children. He would put imamain on his shoulders radiallahu ta'ala anha ajma'in. And he would play with them. And he would say, he would have them, ride on me. And they would ride on Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's shoulders. And they would look down and say, well, you know what? A camel makes a noise. And he would even make that noise to make them happy. This is love. This is compassion from Rahmatul Alameen. Sayyid al-Mursaleen. Ashraf al-Anbiya. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And we are too manly for that. The man who made men, who made Omar, who made Khalid bin Walid, who made these men as warriors, who made Ali. That man is playing with children. This is your Rasul. These are his teachings. It wasn't just how you prostrate. It was this as well, of how you interact with one another, with your family, with your loved ones. And then Omar walks in when Sayyidina Hussein radiallahu ta'ala anhu is on the shoulders of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Omar walks in. And Omar walks in and looks and says, what a kayfi are you riding upon? He's telling Hussein that look what you're riding upon Rahmatul Alameen, on the shoulders of Rasulullah. He looks at Omar. He said, Omar, don't say it like that. Rasulullah says. He says, tell me that, oh, what a rider, beautiful rider you have, O Muhammad. Allahu Akbar. What a beautiful rider you have, O Muhammad. This is love. This is compassion for a child, for a baby, for a kid. And yet we don't have time for our children. We cannot hear our children. I'm busy for this and I'm busy for that. He was raising an ummah. He was conquering people's hearts, people's minds. He was bringing the divine wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to mankind. And he had time for his family. And he had time for his children. He had time for his wives. And this is something that we must partake in, that outside of, all the other activities that we have. And I know that many of us here, we become busy. And this is part of life. But we have to know that the shadow of parents over their children is extremely crucial, especially in this period of time, and especially for Muslims. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلْنَا بَيْنَكُم مَّوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. So what is this ayah for? This ayah is for somebody who can reflect upon it. So when this ayah is being read, the essence of this ayah is when you reflect on it. Not just to hear and say, MashaAllah, what a beautiful ayah in the Quran. All the ayahs, but what a beautiful ayah on family in the Quran. Alhamdulillah. How can you reflect on this ayah? How can you bring this ayah to your household? How could this Saturday, this Jummah after Friday can be different from last Jummah? How could this weekend be different from last weekend with your families? This is what the reflection of the ayah is. You just don't reflect upon it and just go home and say, mashallah, beautiful ayah. No. How can I incorporate this ayah in my life? How can I incorporate this ayah in my character, in my being, within my family? These are the aspects of the reflection of the Quran and the ayahs of the Quran. And this is something that we must hold dear in our lives. And look, and so much, we can talk about family and familyhood in Islam all day. And how much izzah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to the wives of Rasulullah, but in turn your wives as well. That how much izzah is in the person who's taking care of the household. That truly that the hand that rocks the cradle rocks the world. That truly paradise is under the feet of the mother. That truly half of deen, Prophet ﷺ said to go learn it from Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. Using half of the stuff we would have known if Bibi Aisha wasn't around. If Bibi Aisha did not have the audacity, the courage, the bravery to speak what she witnessed in the house of Rasulullah and she didn't give it to us, would we know today? How Rasulullah would clean the house? Would we know that? Would we know how Rasulullah was with his family? If it wasn't for Sayyidina Aisha radiallahu anha, half of deen. What does he mean? Half of your deen that you are outside, half of your deen is inside your home. Half of your deen that protects you is inside your home. Your wife protects you. Wallahi, your wife is protecting you. We think we're the protectors of our women. That woman is protecting you. Wallahi, your wife is protecting you from sin. Your wife is protecting you from so much stuff that may Allah Azza wa Jal keep us away from that. Keep us away from that lust. And it's in human nature, it's in man's nature. And may Allah protect us. Nobody's, in that ultimate level of ihsan. But who is protecting you in this world? Your wives are protecting you. So when you say, I'm the protector of my wife, know that she's protecting you as well. For the sake of time, we'll cut this short here. But inshallah, may Allah always have the essence of love and compassion and mercy within our households. May Allah make our homes a place of sakina, a place of love, a place of mercy, a place that we find ease and protection from any evils that are facing us in the outside world. A place that we know that no matter what is happening outside, that when we come home, that when they come home, now it's not just the man who's working outside. When they come home, that they find peace, that they find that